Hey guys, so today I thought I'd just do a little overview video of my Evo 10. So I'll just pull over into an industrial complex. I'll just go find a quiet area to park and I'll just sort of run over the car, what I've done, how much power it's making, and what I would like to do in the future to it. So I'll just quickly find somewhere quiet to park and see if I can hit boost on the way, see if you can hear what the car sounds like through the GoPro. So we'll just head off now. Okay, so we just parked up in this little industrial complex. I'll just run over the car, what I've done to it. So it's a 2008 Mitsubishi Evolution 10, so it's a GSR with the SST optioned, which is an option you can do in Australia in the first couple of years of the Evo 10. So it has some of the MR features, some of the GSR features. Something it didn't have, which I'll start off with, was the HID headlights. So these are actually aftermarket. These are just depot reps of the HID lights that come on the MR. These ones had the internals blacked out and upgraded bulbs put into them. Next I've got the OEM Mitsubishi fog light delete kit, which is great for the SST transmission, as the cooler is just back there for it, behind the mesh, so rather than having a fog light blocking it, you just get air going in. I've also put the FQ400 vent, which feeds air straight into the intake. I did a gloss black this front nose piece here, so had the badge chopped and the holes filled to the number plate, and it painted gloss black. And then the side mount number plate. Also at the front I have this carbon fibre scoop, and I'll be soon getting these in carbon fibre to match. The front lip is from the Mitsubishi Aero kit you could get as an option. So that's the front lip. Also has side skirts. The rear spats and the little lip on the wing. That's all part of the Aero kit. At the side I have these Rex Speed vents. They're in carbon fibre. Have a little LED indicator strip. The OEM weather shields and some carbon fibre Rex Speed pillars. Okay, so for wheels, tyres and suspension. For the wheels I have Ray's Graham Lights 57 DRs, and those are in mag blue, which is a really nice sort of dark blue, almost looks black sometimes. And I really like the contrast of the red Graham Light stickers with the red Brembos. I actually have the Brembos repainted in a similar to factory colour after the paint just kind of really died on them. For brakes I've got QFM brake pads, and DBA slotted rotors. And then suspension, I have MCA Greens Street Essential coilovers. And then the tyres are the Salem R01 in a 265 35 18. And sorry, the wheel fitment offset size is 18 by 9.5 with 22 offset. So it actually sits really nicely, I think. And around the back I have debadged it, painted the little boot popping button black to blend in, which I need to redo. The tail lights are a OEM style tail light, but they actually have the clear indicator here, whereas normally that's orange. So I really like that it's still OEM looking but doesn't have the orange part. And for exhaust, I've got the TOG stainless steel 3-inch single exit exhaust. So I went through a few different dual exits, but I really like the way the single exit, plus the weight saving when you take the big muffler off the back to join the two tips, just with the single exit. Yeah, I really like the sound and the look. So I'll do a few revs in a bit so you can hear it. Other than that, just a little carbon fibre shorty antenna. And there's our Queensland CJ Owners logo. So that's about it for the exterior. I'll go to the interior. So I have a hydro dipped black steering wheel plastics here from AK Racing, and also black surround here for the gauges. I've got some Shift Concepts carbon paddle extenders that I just got recently. Just made a video on installing those. I've got a carbon fibre handbrake, just a cheap carbon fibre shift knob, and then the OEM carbon fibre AC cover. Also have an AEM wideband gauge. That's just temporarily mounted there. I do have a gauge pod that'll sit down here either side. Just need to order a boost gauge and get it painted and fitted up. Then I have an Android head unit, which I really like, just being able to download any app, put Waze on there, and also just like the Torque Pro up, so I can sort of, look at the speed, GPS speed, rather than relying on this, which is never quite accurate. Also, the interior in this used to be all cream, the roof, handles, and the pillars. So I've painted those all black and got the roof retrimmed in black, which looks a lot nicer in here, just a full black theme. And that's how I run the Torque Pro setup during the day with the white, just because I actually put this bit of cardboard here just to help keep the sun coming out onto the screen. The white gauges really help. And that's about it for the interior. So I'll pop the bonnet and go to the engine bay. Okay, so for the engine bay, which I just started tidying up recently. So start off with where the first mods I did was the intercooler piping, which is Hyperflow stainless steel intercooler piping. It's 2-piece, goes all the way down. I've got not too sure of the brand, but the intake piping, which is also stainless, that goes into an AEM MAF pipe and then a K&N pod filter. I just changed to a blue one because I started painting everything blue and just wanted it all to kind of match. I've done the carbon fibre dampeners. Just get rid of the stick that used to sit in here and hold the bonnet up. Okay, so then I have got the Turbo Smart compact plumb back diverter valve or blow-off valve, some stainless blow-off valve piping. I have recently just removed the plastic Mitsubishi engine cover and decided to paint it, so I painted it myself. It's not a great job. I'm actually going to redo it over Christmas, but it looks a lot better than what it did with just the red cover. Did a wire tuck as well, so got the Clubspec Chicago Customs, I believe they're called, and it's a wire extender, so I didn't have to splice anything. Okay, so it's stock turbo, but it has basically full bolt-ons. So I've got, not sure if you can see it back there, if it's the heat shield. So I've got the Hypertune manifold, tubulent manifold. I've got a Hyperflow downpipe, a Turbo Smart, I think it was 18 pounds wastegate actuator. And also the Cat is an AK Racing 1 cell, which is basically a test pipe. Then I started sort of painting everything recently, so yeah, painted the valve cover as I said, painted this little radiator cover, battery terminal, and the strut bar. And then just the other day, just to get rid of the ugly yellow colour here, I painted the power steering fluid reservoir and the coolant overflow. I will probably get those in the black eventually, but for now just painted looks a lot better. And then I got a bunch of heat shields from Evo X design. So I've got this tubular manifold one, the firewall heat shield back there, a brake reservoir one, and then just down there I've got the Maybach and the cam one. And then just the other day also I got this from Evolution X Design. He's just started making these. I got one of the first prototypes. It's heat shield, which bolts down into the factory locations, and you can use your factory snorkel. I actually sold my factory snorkel, so I borrowed this carbon fibre one off a mate. It's been doing the job, and I'll soon be getting the carbon fibre APR tray that'll go straight in to here, coming through this vent. So also recently got it tuned on E85. I got a dual map from Beeble. So it's got Bosch 1000cc injectors, it's got a DW 300C fuel pump, and with all that done, it made, I think it was 215 kilowatts to the wheels on 98 and 258 on E85, which may have been a little bit higher than what it should have been, so I just like to say it's about 250, which is what they usually make in Australia with the SST. So yeah, it feels great at that power. Just a stock turbo, almost full bolt-ons except for an intercooler and lower intercooler piping, basically. Eventually I'd probably want to go a bigger turbo, but just something streetable, small, that'll keep the sort of stock spool. So I really like keeping it as a daily driver. I don't want it crazy, sort of coming on boost of 5,000 RPM or anything. I just really like the way it drives the stock turbo, so definitely keeping that now. The next plans for the car, unfortunately, will be getting the clutches, the SST redone. So I've had the car 5 years, bought it completely stock, and obviously I've upped the power a little bit, so the clutches have started to slip a bit lately. I can't do any launches or anything anymore, and yeah, I want to keep it still drivable for the next year until I can sort of redo the clutches, which will be a bit of an expensive bill. So that's basically everything I've done to the car. I'll set the GoPro behind it and do a couple of revs so you can hear it. Let's do that now. Alright guys, so that's the car, that's what it sounds like, and those are my mods. Definitely a great daily driver. Had it about 5 years and don't see myself selling it for anything else anytime soon. Wouldn't mind something manual on the side to drive every now and then, but I really like driving the SST dual clutch. It's a lot of fun still, and easy when you want to be lazy and just drink a coffee while you're driving to work. So I'll wrap it up there. Hope you guys enjoyed.